Hello everyone and welcome to April. So I'm back, it's Nikki here, and thanks to everyone stopping by, having a quick break from whatever you're doing or just sitting there with a needle in your hand getting on with some stitching. I have had a fairly productive month. Quite a lot of stitches. So this is what I got up to in March. First up is the Whipco piece. The Whipco numbers for March were actually for Nightshade Bird, but I had finished that when it was called in February. So what I did was I substituted in a new project. Well, I didn't start it. I'd started it in December, worked on it for a day or two and then stopped. It is Snow for Christmas with a needle and thread, and when I started it I got the snowman and the trees done, so I actually got quite a lot done, and as you can see I finished it. So both numbers were for Nightshade Bird, so I chose this project and worked on it for both numbers. By the end of the 10th day I hadn't quite finished. My sheep needed feet, and so did Santa, if I remember correctly. So that's all. 11th day, got it all finished. It's not fully finished. There's a bit of thread that will need to go from Santa's hand to the sledge. I'll see if I can find a bell for the sheep, but I'm not doing that until I actually get round to finishing it fully into a little pillow, which will be at some point when I do all the other things that need to be made into a little pillow. It's bad. But that's my Whipco piece. Whipco for April is actually two new starts. One is Gingerbread Village number 3, and the other one is the Farmhouse Christmas series, so Little Red Barn. What I did was I just put the series in, so if I finish one that's good I'll just start the next one in the series, and that's the plan anyway for Whipco. Cracking straight on, this is Unicorn, and this was my 3-week project. So for the first 21 days of March I was stitching on Unicorn, and I got a lot done. It didn't have a face last time. That was a lot of white, and I've stitched 12,528 stitches on this month, and I am 75% complete. 74.85, but what's a smidge of a percent between friends? So next time this comes out, this has about 12,600 something stitches left for finish. So this is due out again in May, and I'll probably see how far I get to finishing it by the end of the 21 days and make a decision then, but I'm sure that I will be eating into the time for a little light reading to get this finished, because I did 12,000 this month. If I get the same again I'll have less than 1,000 stitches to finish it, and to be honest it would be rude to put it away with that little to do. So yay! I'm hoping for a finish soon. We're getting down to the flowers. They're at the bottom, and there's a banner as well, which I'll probably be swearing at when it comes to doing it, but probably not as much as I have words about the white. And let's see if we can zoom in. All the white and all the really pale colours. This has got a lot of confetti in it. This is very tricksy. That frame especially, I say it every time, that frame. I'm glad there's a page in between, even if it was a block of white almost. So, this is a kit from Gecko Rouge. It is stitched on 25 count 1/1 with full crosses. My preferred method is stitching. So, that was for 3 weeks. And then for a week I decided I'm used to all this stitching block colour now and really pale colours. How much I love it. So, where were we? I spent a week on this. A week, 10 days. Can't count how many days are left in March. 10 days I stitched on this. And I stitched 6,400 stitches. Now, it is a lot, but it was this. I had a little bit down here to finish. No, I had a little bit down here to finish. I'm lost where I am, yeah. Had a little bit here to finish. And then instead of going down diagonally, I did the small page that's on the end. So the top is finished. So I thought, brilliant, I'm through all that blanket. I'm having so much more fun with this now. Yeah, I looked at the next row of pages. So yeah, finished one page off. I was nearly done with it anyway. Stitched that page and then came down to this page and second ear, more background. Yeah, this is all we're going to have on this for a while. But, I mean, I was working diagonally pages. I may go back to doing that because you've got a bit of the face there, but then that's all background, that's all background, and that's all background. I think there's a tiny bit of the book in the bottom. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that all in one go. So, yeah, when I come back to this is 42% complete. Actually, 42.66% complete. So, I am going to, when I come back to this, finish off this page. And then, depending how I feel, I might come down to this page. It's not just avoiding doing this all the time as well. It's down here. This big purple book goes on and on and on. So not only have I got the background of beigeness to work through. Oops. Trying to hold things up with magnets on my stand. It's not really working very well. Not only have I got the background of beigeness to finish off, I have the big purple book of doom to work through as well, so I think I need to get the second eye done. I don't like it looks crazy with just one eye. So yes, May. I'm thinking about how my rotation's working now. Yeah, May. This page, finish off and make a start on this page and just continue with the diagonal as I was. This page here was just a partial page, so it didn't really count that I worked it, and rather than going straight on the diagonal. I may do that again when I get to here. Again, this just gets stitched as I feel, so it may or may not. So, and the last piece. I haven't worked on many. I've worked a lot on fewer pieces this month. I'll explain in a minute. So this is Bizarre Bookshelf. This is huge. Little Light Reading, 25 count, but on easy count fabric. 1/1 full cross. Right. that. Back to Gecko. Oh, that was also Heaven the Designs. Gecko Rouge again. 2 Gecko Rouge projects this month. Bizarre bookshelf. Now, I stitched on this 23 days, and those were lunch times when I was working from home. Working from home today, but I got a half day off, so once I've done this, I'm going to sew. Where was I? Train of thought has departed the station. Gecko Rouge. 23 days, lunch times, and the weekend mornings. I have the massive bars from, there we go, look. These are the biggest bars that you can get, quantum bars that you can get from a Manic. 110 centimetres. They were the size I needed for this project. I was getting on okay with the Q-Snap, but I just get fed up with it on a long-term project. I can use them. I can put them in my stands. I can work with them perfectly well. I can't work with the fabric being scrunched up. I'm envious of all you people that managed to make it work. It would make my project so much more portable if I could get it to work. Although that being said, I have 158 colours in this project. They're not so portable. But this just stays in my sewing room. Come upstairs at lunch breaks when I'm working, and I spend an hour sewing. And that is really good for your head. Just to be able to put away all the work stuff that you've been doing all morning. Think about stitches. And then you're ready to go back in the afternoon. Well, I'd rather be stitching, but you've got to work, otherwise I can't afford all the nice things, can I? So, yeah. Where was I when I started this? I think I'd done that. I think I had this bit here. And then I'm pretty sure that that's the next. So just there, that side, this side, I had that little bit at the bottom to do. So, zoomy. This it's black and white. We know it's black and white. It has greens in it. It has greys. You know what I mean when I say it's black and white. It's like a black and white photograph. It's just made up of loads of greys. And really pale colours. I've really done it to myself this month, haven't I? All these pale colours. I'm surprised I haven't cracked with it yet and decided to get something else out, but I stayed strong. Stayed stitching. You can see here, it's really hard to tell what is stitched and what isn't stitched. And this fabric, I love it. I love gridded fabric. Don't get it for black and white charts, really, don't. Have I put a stitch there? Or is that the grey line? It makes sense there because I can see more of it. But when you get up into the other bits, is it stitched? Or is it a line? And that's the whole game. That has been the story of March with this piece. Is there a stitch there, or is it the grey line? So, it looks amazing though, the stones. I love the stones. It looks so nice. It's so difficult. It's not hard technically to stitch. it's hard on the eyes to stitch. That said though, I did do 6,623 stitches. So yeah, I've done 24,000 stitches this month that I've counted, and don't count on the small piece. So the three, across the 3 pieces, that's how many stitches I've done. That's huge. And amazing, especially considering the difficulties that I've had. So I do, even though this bit is sending my eyes off in all sorts of weirdness, it is fun. It is such a fun stitch. I mean, look, this colourful bit, that's lovely. Black and white. Over here, I've got to finish this page first. But then the next page is split between finishing off this, there's another book, and then we get to a colourful section, and I think the theme of that shelf is space. So I think we have a rocket blasting off. It might be flight, because there's an aeroplane as well. So it's colourful. It'll be nice. It'll be easier than this. But this just looks fabulous. The charting is amazing. Yes, I think that is it. That's it for March from me. But that's all I'm going to show. I did, the mornings after I finished the whip go, I spent on Castle Walls, my ink circles piece, but I'll share that again once that actually comes up on whip go. That's not in April. April plans. I am having a change around as a rotation in preparation for finishing Unicorn. It mostly comes from getting so much done on this piece. It's 6,000 stitches. I am so happy with that, and there were more days when I could have been stitching on this, more lunchtimes, but I didn't because I was doing other stuff. When I go into the office I can't stitch on it anyway, because that would be silly, wouldn't it? Rocking up to work with a laptop bag and this metre long frame, no, not happening. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it, and the light's terrible. So this, lunchtimes. So I got loads done and I was really happy with that. And at the end of February, because I'd only had 7 days working on a stitch in time, I was trying to work out how I could do more on that piece, because I want to do more on it. I want to get it moving. I don't want to put it into the 3-week slot on my rotation because I need more breaks from it. Need to work on it for shorter periods of time. I don't want to work on this piece every month because I don't want to get fed up with it. So, a stitch in time is now going to be my next month, my lunchtime and weekend mornings project. I hope I can get, I think I got 3,000 stitches done in the week I worked on it last time, not quite 4,000, nearly 4,000. I want to be able to do more than that in April. I'm going to cheat slightly because I have a week holiday from work in April and there's Easter, so I do have a bit more time where I'll be treating some of the weekdays like a weekend morning and doing more than an hour that I would normally have done at lunchtime. So it will get a bit more attention this month anyway. I would like to get to something like 5,000 or 6,000 stitches, because then I'll start to feel like I'm really making progress on that piece. So that's moving. Normally I would have been working on Nightmare. Nightmare is switching places with a stitch in time for the month of April only. This is where it gets complicated. Nightmare, I am going to make my 3-week project once Unicorn is finished. So, bit math, July. So, for April, I'm going to work on it for what's left of the month after the 3 weeks on Trick or Treat. So Trick or Treat stays where it is. Nightmare switches places, actually just switches places with Stitch in Time. Then, in May, I should finish Unicorn. I will finish Unicorn. Let's be positive about these things. I will finish Unicorn in May. Now, if Nightmare is going to then become Unicorn, I need something, we're getting ahead of ourselves now, I need something to stitch in June for the week. That is going to be a new start. So, in a couple of months, I will have a new start, a new full coverage piece. It is going to be a Gecko Rouge kit because I have quite a number of them stacking up, and actually I have one of them that I really want to start. But I didn't make a long short list of ones that I wanted to start, and then I went through those, and at that time there was one piece that I really wanted to start, so I chose that. I will do that again before I actually start it, just to make sure, but I think that's going to be the case. The plan is to have Heaven and Earth design and a Gecko Rouge piece each month. So 1 month Trick or Treat will get 3 weeks and the new Gecko kit will get 1 week, and then the other month Nightmare will get 3 weeks and Little Light Reading will get the 1 week. So kind of switch around nicely. And then also in the lunchtime weekend stitching, we're switching between a Gecko Rouge and Heaven and Earth designs again. So I am getting through my kits. At some point I will get one of these Heaven and Earth designs pieces finished so I can start a new one. But it's a little way off yet. I've still got to finish Unicorn. So yeah, I fully expect that in May, I'm getting excited about May already, I will probably just carry on stitching Unicorn and get that finished, which will lead into the time for a Little Light Reading, but it doesn't matter, does it? I don't like leaving things with just a little bit left to do. When I'm close to a finish, I like to get it finished. And I tend to speed up a lot when I'm getting on with the finish, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure I won't lose too much time. If anything, I may have a bit extra time to do on Little Light Reading. We can only hope, can't we? Trying to think now when the bank holidays are in May. That would help a lot. That's it for me. Gazed at Bizarre Bookshelf for ages now. I will see you at the end of April, the end of the month. Have a lovely stitching time. Have a lovely spring. Our spring started with snow. We had snow the last 2 days, and we hardly get any snow. Even when the UK gets snow, we don't really get it here because we don't have any hills. We're very flat and below sea level, so snow doesn't really come visit us. And we've had snow for the last 2 mornings. It's quite fun to wake up to. I'm glad I didn't have to go out in it. It does mean we've got some lovely, gorgeous blue skies today. It's cold, but lovely light. So, yeah, it'll probably warm up a bit now. At some point, it will get proper spring weather. so I'm going to enjoy the light this afternoon and get loads of stitching done, hopefully. I'll be working on Trick or Treat for the next 21 days. And yeah, I'll see you at the end of April with an update to show you what I've managed to get done. Bye for now.